Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
Any questions on this? No, I'm good. So, roles and permissions. There is a presentation. Let me just walk you through that. I'll just show you. You know what all? I have already shown it to you. So, if you see what defines a role, how does it all impact the user's interaction with NetSuite? Identify NetSuite standard roles, permissions and centers. Manage roles and permissions. Show all differences. We have already discussed all these things on NetSuite, but I just wanted to present that you want to repeat. So a role is actually defined access configuration of permissions. Who is the user and employee? What is the center? The navigation paths assigned to a role are called the center. Source set of permissions, access level defined restrictions that modify functions. So, if you remember, these are the 4 levels that we spoke about yesterday. View, create, edit and full. So you know what each one of these are. View only view. Create is view and create. Edit is create, view and edit. Full is create, view, edit and delete. Roles can be customized. I have shown that to you yesterday, how roles can be customized. So this is the login audit trail where you can see who has logged in when. So when you go to set up users roles, there is view login audit trail and you can see that as well. So yesterday I have shown you a couple of, set of tabbed pages that display role specific centers. These are called. So if you see on the classic interface, this is the classic interface that I told you that an administrator would have, which will have activities, transactions, lists, reports, customization documents, setup and support. Now, if you assign a finance center for an AP clerk or for an AR clerk, you will have finance center, which is activities, customers, vendors, payroll, financial reports, documents and setup and support. So if you are giving it an AP clerk, then customers will not be there. If you're creating an AR clerk, then vendors will not be there. So that is how it works. This is the shipping center and this is the sales center. So I told you this, all users can use the classic interface. When you go into the user preferences, you can click on use classic. You remember this from the yesterday session. Great. So any center you have, let it be finance or shipping or sales, you can click on this use classic interface and it automatically changes to be classic interface. I have a couple of presentations as well. So I was showing you the lead to code presentation. Or you have identified business challenges and solutions. Lead to customer process view, create and qualify leads, create and manage opportunities, generate quotations and estimates, analyze performance. So this is what the lead to code process is all about. I don't know if you're able to see my screen properly. So let me read this to you. The first one is marketing to ROI, wherein a lead gets created. From that lead, a prospect is created. And from the prospect, that customer is created. So from this prospect, you can actually, whenever there is a lead, when you are creating an opportunity, the prospect gets created automatically. When you're creating a sales order, the customer gets created automatically. That is about the prospect customer relationship that we have spoke about a little while ago. There are some business challenges. There are certain NetSuite solutions that can be provided for that. So this is what I wanted to show you. If you see my screen, lead individual, lead company, and then lead. So whenever you create an opportunity, it is getting converted to a prospect. You see this? And when from the prospect, if you put in a sales order, it's getting converted to a customer. So likewise from the lead, if you create a sales order directly, it becomes a customer. Any questions on that? So see, your lead can be an individual or a company. So if your lead is an individual, then if you create an opportunity against it, the prospect also will be individual, and the sales order, the customer also will be an individual. Maybe the company name is not there, but if the company name is there, automatically the company becomes a prospect and the company becomes a customer. So they go. So the opportunity estimate or quotation, that and that, the sales orders, these are the sales transaction terminology that you have there. So these are the different, what you call probabilities. When you have a lead stage, it could be 0%, unqualified prospect, qualified is 10%, in discussions is 20%, decision makers 30%. So on and so forth. So you have roles and responsibilities of marketing guy. It could be a marketing to ROI. Relevant roles like administrator, create online forms, manage and execute campaigns, analyze marketing performances. All these things I have already shown you. The reason why I'm showing you these presentations after showing you the system is you will have a clear idea. If I'm just presenting you these PPDs, obviously you will not be able to understand anything that we're talking about now. I said great. It's about the marketing to ROI. This is complicated for us. Just look at my screen and I'll keep typing. Whatever is completed, let me know if you have any questions on that. Enabling features and all preferences, sales marketing support. This is done next week implementation process. I explained you the detailed implementation process, including the personalizations, including the walkthroughs, how it is done and everything. CSV import process is completed. Saved search creations is completed. Forms and custom fields creation is done. Manage, create user roles. I have explained you everything in detail with the presentations. Master data. We've discussed vendors. We've seen how the customers are created. We've seen how the items are created. We have seen how the chart of accounts are created. We've also created certain subsidiaries, test classes, test departments, test locations. Agree with me? Wonderful. What about the item? Items. We have created CSV import through an item and we have seen how that items are created. So that is done. Now in this items, I will discuss different item types. This is pending. I know we will discuss this. Sales rules. I have explained you sales territories. We have created examples and seen how it works. Support rules. I have explained support territories. I have explained the escalation matrix. We have checked it already. Marketing preference is done. Lead conversion is done. Online customer forms, both marketing and support forms, are done. I've shown you how support cases are created. It is actually listed down here. This is the support case form and that is the marketing form. Now this is done as well. So all these things are completed. Sir, I have one question, sir, tell me. Because I'm not from IT background, the implementation. Can you go up? Can you go up? The implementation. Actually, where does this implementation done, sir? Where do they actually do implementation? See, whatever we are doing now is implementation only. Implementation is nothing. But whenever you implement NetSuite ERP for your customers, the entire process is called NetSuite implementation. And I have shown you what is the complete NetSuite implementation process like this. We have discussed all these things. The NetSuite modules. What are the different modules like? Design to build, procure to pay order, to cash report, lead to code project cash service, customer relationship management. For all these things, you will have the different modules. And then the personalization sessions will be conducted for all these sessions. What is personalization? Enable features and accounting preferences. Enabling them and disabling them is your accounting. Enable features and accounting preferences. Agree with me? Correct. So this is what is implementation process from your kickoff call until you go live. And then after going left, there is something called as hypercare support. Which means once the customer goes live, 2 months, our consultants will be bound to help the customers if they are stuck somewhere or if they have to deal with something, then this is actually how it is done. For only 2 months. Correct. Absolutely. For 2 months only. However, some customers take an extended hypercare support. They have to pay for it. So 2 months is a part of the SOO. But if they pay additional, saying that we need more support, then an extended hypercare support will be there and that is where you will have the support projects. So there are 2 kinds of projects, guys. The first is the implementation project. We're implementing a brand new NetSuite implementation for our customers. That is what is your implementation project is all about, which is from your kickoff call. The salespeople get in touch with the client. They put in that there is something called as request for proposal. So we create all those requests for proposals. We will give them a background of what our company is. How many NetSuite implementations have we done? How many years we have been in NetSuite implementation? How many employees do we have for NetSuite functional, NetSuite technical? What are the certifications that these employees have completed? All this can be put in a request for proposal deck and that is sent out to the customers. So, taking a look at the request for proposal, they will decide whether to go ahead with implementation or not. So, once they sign the statement of work, that is when the implementation starts and that's when the kickoff call comes into picture. First kickoff call. So after all this is done, Once we go live, there is a hypercare support for 2 years. However, there are customers who are signed up for support like 5 years, 8 years, 10 years with NetSuite. That is a maintenance. There will be 2 guys who need to be available day in and day out for the customer. That's it. From our company, let us say I'm working for RSM Technologies. So RSM Technologies has got one functional consultant and one technical consultant working for my BMMV customer. So this Bima View customer will actually have this hypercare support and they're supported whatever tickets they get. If they come up with any issues, if they come up with, if they're stuck with some processes, that is where this technical and functional guys jump in and resolve their issues. So for those, they might have some ticketing tools like Matrix or like Remedy or any other ticketing tools like Salesforce or Agera. So these ticketing tools will be available to track the status of those calls, of those Those tickets will be assigned to the support reps. Any questions on this implementation process? Sir, one more question, sir. How the code is moved to the production, sir? Good question. Code is not moved to the production. So whatever changes you make will actually be done on the production only. So on NetSuite implementation, this is how it works. You have a production system, you have a sandbox. So sandbox is a test system. Now, when we are dealing with the customers, we do everything on production, only enabling features, accounting, preferences, creating those workflows, creating those scripts. Everything is done on NetSuite and we start doing the test transactions. Test transactions are nothing, but you have a set of 15 people for procure to pay from the customer side. They have to learn just like the way you are doing test transactions in the system. Their users also have to do the test transactions. Yes. So, while getting trained, they will create purchase orders. They will create vendor bills. They will create sales orders. They will create invoices, return authorizations, work orders, bill of material, everything. So once before we go live, just before we go live, what we do is we delete all these transactions only. Understand the difference between master data and transaction. Master data is your subsidiaries, vendors, customers, items, classes, departments, locations. Anything which is a select option on NetSuite is a master data. So that master data is left out and all the transactions from bottom-up approach, which means the latest will be the refund. I delete the refund. I delete the credit memo. I delete the return authorization. Then I delete the item invoice. Then after invoice, I delete all the invoices. I mean, this can be done in all. At once I can select all my 100 invoices. Delete. I can set up all my 100 sales orders. Delete. Select all my 100 purchase orders. Delete. So if there is a link transaction if there is a transaction on top of a transaction, because I create purchase order first and then I create a vendor bill. I'm sorry, item receipt, purchase order, item receipt and vendor bill. So first I have to delete the vendor bills. Then I have to delete the item, receipts. Then I have to delete the purchase order. So likewise, all these transactions are deleted and then a brand new slate like up instances provided to the customers so that they can start putting in the purchase orders and sales orders as a new system. Any questions over there? A few reports done. Scheduled reports. I have shown you how to send emails. Report customization done. I have shown you how all the fields can be moved across the reports and everything. So what is pending now? What is pending is entire purchase order process. I will show you how that works. FIM is a very big topic. That's pending as well. Sales orders, order to cash sales order procedure, and then a bit of manufacturing. I will not show you everything in detail on the manufacturing, but I'll show you the sample of manufacturing. So these are the topics which are left out for us guys. And I need let's say 3 hours for purchase or pure to pay, 3 hours for order to cash, and 1 hour for the manufacturing process. So another 7 hours are pending for us. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.